Panopto creators can add quizzes to their videos to check for viewer knowledge. A quiz can be added at any point in a video and can contain as many or as few questions as needed. You can also add multiple quizzes to a video. After a quiz is inserted in a video, when a viewer is watching, the video will pause to allow the viewer to take the quiz, just like you see on screen. The viewer can then answer the questions. When finished, depending on the settings you select when configuring the quiz, they may see several options. The final screen may show viewers their score, and options to retake the quiz or review the correct answers and explanations for why those answers were correct. These options may be removed when you are creating the quiz. When a user is finished, they can click Continue to finish watching the video. Now that we've looked at how a quiz appears in a video, let's add one to a video. To start adding a quiz to a video, we'll need to open the video in the editor. Hover over a video in the library and select Edit. This will open the video editor in a new tab. First, find the time in the video where you want to add the quiz. You can do this by playing the video until you find the right spot, and then click pause. Alternatively, you can click in the timeline at the bottom of the screen to move through the video. The red line on the timeline shows you what time you are at in the video. Once you are happy with the position of the red line, select the plus icon and then select Add a Quiz. Now we can start adding our quiz. First, give the quiz a name. Then we can add the first question. You can choose from 4 different question types: true, false, multiple choice, multiple select, or fill in the blank. Select which question type you would like in the upper right corner. For this example, I will create a multiple choice question and then a fill in the blank question. For multiple choice, write your question in at the top. Then fill out each one of the possible answers. Select Add Answer to add another choice. When finished, make sure you select the bubble next to the correct answer. When using multiple select questions, you'll be able to select multiple correct answers. At the bottom, you can optionally give an explanation of why that answer is correct if you'd like to allow reviewers to review those explanations. When finished, you can either select Add a Question to keep adding questions to the quiz, or Done to jump right to some final options. I will select Add a Question to add one more question. For this question, I will select Fill in the blank. Now I can give this quiz question a title. Then I can write out my fill in the blank question. When I get to where I want the blank to be, I will enter an underscore, then the correct answer, and then another underscore. If I needed multiple entries to be accepted as correct, I could place a vertical line between the alternate answers. Only the exact answers specified will be considered correct. Below the entry area, I can see a preview of what my question will look like. And I can again enter an explanation for the correct answer if needed. Now that I'm finished adding questions, I will select Done. I will be brought to a page where I can set up some final settings for the quiz. At the top, we have the quiz position. This is where in the video the quiz will appear. I can adjust it if needed. Then I can choose whether or not I want users to be able to retake the quiz multiple times and whether or not I want them to see their score after finishing. If I choose to let them see their scores, I can also choose to let them review the correct answers and explanations. The last option is to block advancing in the video until answering the quiz. If this option remains selected, then when a user watches the video and the quiz pops up and pauses the video, they will not be able to press play again until answering the quiz. I will leave all of these options enabled, and at the bottom of the screen, I can see all of my questions. I can choose to reorder them, or I could even remove a question by selecting the X. When I'm happy with the order, I will select Finish. The quiz has now been added to the video in the editor, and I can see it in the Contents area. To make the quiz available to viewers, though, I will need to select Apply. This will cause the video to reprocess, and then the quiz will appear to everyone who watches. Now that we've seen how a quiz is added, we'll also look at how to see the results from a quiz. To see the results from a quiz, hover over a video in the library and select Settings. Now select Quiz Results on the left. At the top, I can see how well users are doing on the quiz overall. Next, I can see the score for each user who's taken the quiz. Below, I can tell how well users are doing overall on each quiz question. If I've added multiple quizzes to a video, I would be able to see each one by selecting a quiz section. Finally, at the bottom, I can look at exactly which questions a user got right and wrong. These results are also downloadable in CSV format, which can be opened by most spreadsheet applications. Thank you for watching this video on quizzing. One last thing to know about quizzes is that some of our LMS integrations allow you to have a quiz grade automatically reported back into the LMS gradebook. For more information on this feature, please visit support.panopto.com.